trying to connect.
Okay, we're not live. It's like don't fist my butthole, but you're still tickling my balls.
All
Yeah.
right.
Dude,
So, okay, we're ready to go.
Live.
All they got was the very end of
Edit,
that.
edit that part out.
No, it's not. I didn't.
wait a minute. Could AI be cutting our feed because we've been talking back?
Yes, 100% believe it.
It's like, yeah, I'm doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but it's like I don't have to finish rendering this. It's just work. You know what I mean? Like it's not me with stuff like this or what I do on this show or anything like that. But our bosses are just so, they're very like, yes, we have to use this.
Okay,
Yeah.
are,
Synergy.
We have to use it.
are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we
I'm
are.
ready.
I'm gonna shut the hell up.
Okay.
Is it single me or everybody out
It's just you.
right away? Hey there, fellow art nerds. Like Gary just said, third time's a charm. Sorry, I don't know why.
That's not what Gary just said.
Not That's one of the things Gary
say
just said.
that.
I don't know why Facebook keeps knocking us off. But, we're back, and I think, still have 4 more artists, at least.
Yes.
Yes. And Cliff Gamble, we got to see a sneak peek of his original art that he's updating right before everything went black. So, take 2, Cliff.
All right.
All right. So, let's see if I can remember how to do this. All right. So yeah, my old pieces were these guys. They just came out of. I draw all the time, and if I'm not drawing normal animals, I'm drawing weird combinations of animals. And these guys just happen to show up.
Mow hiss.
Meow.
Yes.
They actually combine strangely well, so
Yeah.
it works out.
Well, I
nice.
refer to one of my cats the fur snake, so that's really interesting.
There you go. Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot. I think these started out as ballpoint pen sketches that I just scanned in and painted in Photoshop. Yeah, I didn't use any reference for these ones that it kind of shows in some spots.
Oh, these are great.
So yeah,
If
Thanks.
you drew a cat that looked like that without a reference, like the one sitting down, especially, man, that's
the
pretty
loaf.
good.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. So I use I kind of did back then, but now especially I use reference in 2 different ways. The first way I do is when I start drawing something new, I will look at a ton of images of it, and I'll basically just learn how to draw that thing. I'll learn what shapes make it up, how it fits together and all that. And then I'll start drawing without reference. I'll do a lot of gesture drawings, and I don't have any of those to show off right now, but I can drop them into the Discord later. So then once I find a gesture that I like, I go back to the reference to support whatever I come up with. So let's see. So this is the new guy.
Wow.
That's cool.
See, I see more snake now. That scares me.
Yeah. I like how the spot, like,
Not so furry.
I did go back and forth on whether to make him furry or not all the way down, but I like it better this way, I think.
I mean, it looks awesome, but the other one I wanted to pick up. This one I would not. I would hesitate.
Isn't there a creature in mythology that looks like this?
I was thinking it was a cryptid called the tassel worm.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
the
what you're
one.
thinking of?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Where it has the cat
Mhm. I
body,
think I've seen something
or
like that.
yeah, cat upper half and then the snake body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's like a really famous painting of one like killing a pig.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Kind
look
of
that
reminds
up.
me of Kim Kill Wong, I think, in Adventure Time. It's one of Jake's rainicorn babies. He's like, okay, moving on. It's like if a dog, if there was a unicorn that was made of rainbow and it was really long, it had a baby with a dog, because that's exactly what it was.
Nice.
The thing would be terrifying coming at you.
I love it.
It just wants
Dude,
to snuggle.
I love it.
I think
Honestly, like I want to wear one around my shoulders.
I feel I like how the cat's stripes goes really well into the snake spots, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Everything belongs there.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
very
the
nice.
transition is really smooth.
Yeah,
This
it's
one
like
looks more
Yeah.
wild too. Like the other ones look kind of more domesticated.
yeah.
I think that's why this one looks kind of scarier. Like it's
It's like a
it looks more
serval.
wild.
I
Yeah.
see it like falling out of a tree onto someone unexpectedly. It's like ah.
Do you feel like this cat's eyes are kind of hypnotizing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it,
For sure.
I feel like it's superior to me. Tear me down.
Oh,
I love the transition into the scales. Like that is,
Yeah.
The lighting in the scales too.
yeah, the
Mhm.
lighting and
Yeah.
the scales. That's
Wow.
very well done.
thanks.
And the treatment on even the treatment on like the branch she's on too is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I get lazy with backgrounds. I usually just do enough to have something for it to sit on.
Like it'd be terrifying enough to have a snake come down at you, but then like know that the other end's got like claws.
It's like, I'm confused by your tactics, cat snake.
You go to like throw them off, but the tail's wrapped around your leg. You just
Yeah.
right at you. I'm out. I don't.
I mean, I'm gonna give that cat whatever it wants. I mean, there's gonna be no questions asked.
Yeah.
You want a bird? You can have a bird. So the fun thing with Procreate is I can go back and show how it went. I'll probably speed it up though, because there's a lot of gesture stuff. I actually had a sketch worked out in pencil that I liked.
Daryl's in the chat. I don't know what it is other than awesome.
What's up there?
Oh yeah, that's a cool feature of Procreate. Get
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Kind of has like a pug
Uh,
thing going on right now.
Adobe, take notes.
You can kind of see right on this part, Gary was kind of showing off his contour lines when he was doing his lighting.
Yeah.
And I kind of do something similar when I need to make sense out of 3D shapes. So I did that on the snake body part of the cat.
I like how you like to go and figure out the joints and stuff. You went in there and did the like had your joints in there to make sure that they were right and everything.
Yeah, there's lots of little adjustments because I start with that gesture and it's usually not anatomically correct, so I go back and try to fix that up. Yeah, once I like the drawing, I start adding the color, and just goes from there. Lots of noodling after that.
Awesome.
So, and then all the way to the end. So.
So cool.
That's so cool.
Thanks.
I love how that shows how much work and thought and layers goes into a piece. Because when you just see the finished print,
Yeah.
like your head, if you're not an artist, it's like they sat down and just drew it just like that. That's exactly how it came out of their pen.
That it took a long time for me to realize that people don't just draw things the way you see them. Like and it also took even longer for me to realize that like a lot of people don't know what they're going for. They're just making things until they like what they see.
Mhm.
And I was just convinced that everybody could draw. They could draw anything really good. Can draw everything really well, right? You know, like the whole process was. It's kind of upsetting when
sure.
you learn otherwise. Like, oh, they suffer just like me,
Oh, you have to go through all of this to figure it
Right.
out?
and they're not being paid for it. Oh, well,
You know what? It makes it less intimidating for somebody that really wants to draw but is scared to because they don't think their stuff is good enough. It's like you just keep at it and keep working and keep adding to it, and you're gonna get it to a place with practice, right?
And you don't
Yeah,
stop
whenever-
learning. Like you just keep
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah, for sure.
You're always going to be climbing some mountains, so get used to the mountain climbing.
When people say that they don't like it because they don't think they're good enough, I'm like, me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Same.
it's funny because sometimes it's like they'll say that it's like, oh, you think you're special? You're just one of
Right? No,
you're
I mean,
us. Welcome to the family. Come here.
yeah, for
So,
sure.
so again, when is Deanna presenting? She's
Next up, Jerry George.
Hello. Let me do
Oh,
the screen share thingy. Okay, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. All right. So, is this on there? I can't tell.
Yeah.
You see that guy?
I can see it.
Can't wait to see how this
Yes.
works.
All right. So, back in the day, I worked really, really hard at being known for one specific art style, and this is not it. And I drew comics, and I did events and everything, and I just drew one way, and I refused to go outside of what I decided was going to be. When people saw my work, I wanted them to know that was Jared's, and I mean it was fun, and I still do it, but I like to remind myself and people every once in a while that I can do other things, and this was one of them. I love colors, and I love like religion, and I like all kinds of, like, especially if it's on the creepier side or the weirder side. But so I drew this. I don't know what the original inspiration was for it at all. It was right before I started at OTC for my cybersecurity degree. Just releasing a lot of stress. But I love, like I said, I love colors. So I really wanted to make it interesting and weird. But I was never quite happy with it, even though I was very happy with it at the time. The more you look at something, sometimes you realize you don't like it. So I decided, and I didn't get the whole thing recorded because I'm still new to this concept, but I kind of made myself some quick notes on what I didn't like about it, and then I just went to work sketching like a loony. I knew that I wanted the skull closer to his skull. I knew that I wanted it to be just a lot more defined. And I've been doing a lot of stuff that's kind of like this guy back here lately, so a lot of darker lines, a lot of more etched lines, a lot just a lot different. So I also wanted to incorporate that. Plus, it was the only, it was been in my mind a lot lately is kind of stuff like what's behind me here. So I started noodling on it. And of course, I didn't get the inking or the coloring portion down because I'm a noob. But and then the final, turned out like that.
Oh wow,
Oh,
dude!
snap.
Nice.
Oh wow,
dude,
that turned out awesome.
Wow, that's impressive, man.
wow.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure I kept a lot of the same elements so you could side by side them and still see where it was and where it became. But yeah, I
Dude,
That's where I
that's
ended up.
wild. That's so cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's way that's really iconic.
Just the way you
Yeah.
did the hands, the way you got the inside of the hands, and how it's like the skull is sitting on his fingers, like the way you have your hands like molded into the bot, like ah, that's
I'm
it.
mesmerized.
It's very impressive, man.
I feel like in the first one, the background symbol stood out as much as him, and in this one, it's background, and he's like, boom.
He closed the
Yeah.
gap between the skull and him, like he's setting on his head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those colors are amazing.
Yeah, it makes it look like the arrows are like a halo going
Mhm.
around it. It looks really, really cool.
Thank you.
Man,
the
that's
vibrancy
cool.
of the
Pop off on
colors,
this
it's
one.
just fantastic. The way it pops off of that background for sure.
Those pinks and yellows and the purples that you have in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I
Oh man, this defines the prompt. I think. I mean, all of them are really
Yeah.
good, but this is like.
well, appreciate it. Yeah, I can tell you on the original one, I wanted to do more of like these baubles and but oh man, I was so intimidated by doing more. In fact, this one intimidated me. I think I sent it over to Eric and I was like, dude, am I killing this thing? Like, am I just overworking it to a point of death? Like, I know we're not supposed to show before, but like, I need someone to tell me I'm okay. Cause
That's why I've seen it before. Okay.
I was like,
Well, just watching
Oh my
the drawing
God.
phase, the sketching phase of how the fingers are resting on the skull instead of it like with your hands wrapped around, but like this time you had it like balanced, like it just adds so much weight to it. Like it's not just like worshiping a skull. It's almost like it's like a trophy. Like, look, and your head is also
Mhm.
a hat.
or it's the skull of our demigod that gives me power or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to do too. Can I zoom on this thing? I am not using my normal computer.
Should be able to zoom on there.
On the bottom of your screen.
Oh, there we
You're
go.
right. Yeah, it took me a second too.
So if we, like, I wanted to make sure there was some glowing in the eyes
Yeah.
coming off of it, but now that's like,
I like
Too-
those
too
brushes
mild.
you're using there.
Yeah,
like
dude, that
cross
line
hatching
work.
brushes. And
Or were those
stuff.
are those brushes or was that like single strokes?
oh god, no, that's brushes.
Frody.
Dude, those are great though. Those are good brushes though.
Yeah, I wanted to. That's what I've been using on my monsters and stuff, where I have the cross hatching and the hatching
That's great.
It's really
I-
cool that your hatching follows the contour lines.
Yeah, I
That
wanted
really
so
helps.
badly to just to make it shadow and not without. Like, I did not want to have block. Like, I didn't want to come in and just make big block shadows. I wanted
Well,
it
I think-
super shadowy, but
I think because of all of his decals and his baubles and all of his necklaces, they're a little more flat. Like they stand out that much more. Like the contrast and the depth of between him and what he's wearing. It that
Everything works so
Right.
well.
Yeah.
that was my nervous wreck. I wanted to show off.
you
a
should be
little
proud
bit.
of that, man. That's good. Man, that's good.
Awesome.
It's worth the breakdown, man, because
Yeah. That is so cool. Like, dude, when you switched over, I was like, that hit like a truck. That.
Thanks, guys.
And I've been really impressed with a lot of the stuff you've been coming out with lately. Like, and it's been like, oh, hey guys, I do other things too. Like, and it's still you, but even as long as I've been following you, even I'm just like, that dude's got a superpower. He's just starting to show. Like, and I mean, it's probably stuff you could do for a long time now. You just didn't want to, but I hope you find yourself in it. I hope you're enjoying it at least.
I would say like Pin Click last season, I'll call it my learning how to paint season, and this one I'm gonna call it my learning how to embrace darks, like
Yeah.
shadows, because I don't do that very often. I'm very 2D cartoony in a lot of my stuff, so
I hear you.
it's-
I mean, yeah.
it's nice to kind of play around. Plus, this is a good place for us to play around. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Well done, man.
That's what we're here for, man. So you guys can try new stuff and impress us in new and wonderful ways. So thank you for that. And next up, we have got Eric.
Oh. Hey.
Hey.
Right. Gotta remember how to do this.
Well, you've done it multiple devices before.
So I just bought an iPad, and I don't actually have to log in from my computer anymore. Let's see. All right. Is it coming up?
Yep.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Tonight's entries have been amazing.
All right.
I know
So
that
this
view.
is the old guy
I remember that one.
back
Bobby
in.
This is a good one.
Yeah. That
Dude.
was season 1, episode 2, I think.
Yeah. It's been more than 3 years.
Yeah.
Weird.
This
Oh
was
wow, that
one
looks
of
really
the
nice.
first pieces I put the danger signature on.
This is like one of our very first favorites. I'm a little upset you felt you needed to redo it, but now I'm curious.
You know, there was more to add to it, I think.
Okay.
So let's take a look. This is the new guy.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh. So I wanted to color this one forever, but like I've been afraid of nighttime color palettes for as long as I can remember. So trying to bring in greens and blues to convey skin tone is just impossible for me. Began with a trace transfer from the original, so I don't really have a way to tell you about that process other than just tracing over the pencil lines from this guy and transferring them onto a sheet of watercolor paper. And I don't know. I thought it came out awesome. I was super excited about it.
Yeah, I like how you. I mean, it is a dark night piece, but like I'm glad that you chose the colors that you did. Like even in the end of the stick or the broomstick that she's, that log there's like blues and yellows and stuff in it. Like, I mean, a black cat is easy to assume. Well, just paint it black, but there's a lot of other tones and like under layers and stuff in it, and it could have been really dark. Even in the shoe, like there's not much detail in the shoe, but all the tones are there. So it's like all the shapes are there. No, I this is cool. And then unfortunately, one of these days we're gonna get that episode. Like I promise I promise I'll finish this episode where we actually like. And honestly, there's a handful of people who are like, no, I finished it. It's fully colored, ready to rock. Some of us have prints of them, and we're like, oh yeah, we should probably do that episode. So
yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Eric, I love how you adding the colors is pulling the eyes to different parts of the drawing than the sketch did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm focusing in different areas and I'm like, I didn't notice that before. I like that part. Yeah.
Just the
I
cloud.
love the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
I like how as things are being pushed back, we're thinning out contour lines like towards the feet because you can tell everything's pushed back.
Right.
The product front has like the heavier contour. I love that. And the soft clouds, the colors you use for that, just awesome.
Thank
And this
you.
is all watercolor, right?
Yeah.
God.
I've been trying to rely a little less on my line work lately. It's not always an easy thing to do. I don't know. Just been trying to be a little bit more expressive with my coloring, and sometimes the lines get in the way of that for sure.
Yeah.
Her hair is really complicated, but like very natural too at the same time. You know what I mean? Like it's got very organic flow to it. But I mean, I'm just assuming you made shit up as you went. But remembering the original drawing, it's all in there. Like you.
Yeah, it's back in the day, it was based on my ex-girlfriend, and I studied her hair for a little bit.
That sounds weird.
Like,
Well, I mean, when you're his girlfriend, he'll study your hair. That's how it works. You're just jealous.
Come here, Biggins.
You can tell it's getting late in the show. You guys are getting a little slap happy. I love this.
Yeah, this is really cool. Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, beautiful.
I could just stare at that moon though. It's so.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough
everything else is
detail
great.
where
Don't
it's.
think I'm like everything else sucks, but like that moon is so cool.
Thank
I
you.
really love how you drop the line work towards the bottom of the image. So your
Right.
eye is really drawn to that cat and her face. That's really cool.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. I found working through truck stop hipsters that like you can use line weights to convey depth, and like when you when you use something like super thick, you can actually bring it forward out of the space. It's interesting the way it can work for sure.
Yeah, I just think you did a really great job. Also, that hair, yeah, is amazing. I love how you've done like the clump, like not clumps, but you've taken the form and given the hair like locks. You know, it looks really great.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm definitely down to Skillshare on how to make hair for sure.
Especially with it being watercolor. Like, unless you had like opaque paints, I don't know, but all the detail in the wood and then the hair and the clouds seems like it would be really hard to do with watercolor.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Transparent medium is really difficult, but after doing it 1,000 times, you're like, oh, this is just how it's going to react. And well,
Everything's blue now. Everything is green now. Yeah, man. Well done.
Well, thanks for checking it out, guys.
Thanks for showing it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a favorite from season 2.
And we're making reference
season
to
1.
the
It was
old
season 1, yeah.
seasons on purpose, so you go back and watch the old seasons.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you won an
We're
award
pulling a
because of that
Netflix
one.
on you guys.
That's a good idea. That's an assignment for every other episode after this.
Yeah, make a reference to past seasons, so you have to go back and see it. It's kind of like in the comics where they put the thing in the corner. It's like X-Men number 257.
Your last
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have one artist left to share. Thank you guys for sticking it out with us for 3 sections.
You know, honestly, doing it this way is probably better for the algorithm. Because we don't have one 2-hour-long video. We have it broken up into smaller to eat, consume sections.
We have
Because I could edit a full video of this. I could take it all and edit one video.
Streamlined so we can get done a little quicker, but all the breaks made it go longer.
Yeah.
Can't win.
I blame Facebook.
Cassie, we would love to see what you have for us.
All right. So let me share. I chose something from 10 years ago. I went through old folders trying to find, something that I wanted to revisit. And there was one in particular that I had done whenever, like in 2014, I redrew one of my oldest characters that I've been drawing since like kindergarten. And the idea of like bringing something old into something new, I wanted to focus on that theme in the art, not just with the redoing the piece. So this is the one from 2014, and I did a portrait of him as a zombie. So he's like being brought back from the dead. And I liked that idea and I wanted to come back around to it, but include more characters and just a more in the style that I work in now. Because at the time I was doing a lot of like really airbrushed, soft stuff like this. So the new one is this.
Wait, we didn't see the old one.
You didn't?
No,
Oh,
you're
No,
not
no,
sharing.
it wasn't. Yeah, you're not sharing.
Yeah, you're
I'm
not
so
saying-
sorry.
I thought that was your intro.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
I think she was getting nervous because nobody was responding.
Yeah.
She's just gonna read a description of what she drew.
Start broadcast.
The job
Okay,
was
and
we were
maybe I
supposed to
clicked
draw
on
what
that.
she was describing.
Am I sharing it now?
Yep, we're in.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, remember everything I just said. So this is the old piece.
I love it.
This is my character Lizard. That's his name. That I drew all the time when I was a kid, and then I kind of stopped drawing them in about junior high, and then revisited it, brought him back from the dead, so to speak, in 2014 with this picture, and drew him as a zombie. So the new one, I drew him with his friends.
Oh my God.
So
So
I
cool.
love this.
a little bit more illustrative, not as like the airbrush painting. I wanted to do more detail with this one, but still keep kind of those soft, bubbly colors mixed with the gross, grotesque, detailed zombie. I just love that juxtaposition, So yeah, so obviously this is Lizard. I kept the missing eyeball.
I love this so hard.
It's
Amazing.
great.
I want to watch this cartoon. Or
I love the
Yeah.
bone
I
sections.
wanted to make a
like-
cartoon when I was a kid. That was my dream.
Yeah, this is great.
So this is all digital, even though it looks like watercolor. I got some watercolor brushes, and I used one of my own brushes that I made. That's like a brush pen, the black brush pen.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
let me see if I can break it down. So yeah, the inspiration was
Yeah.
just like bringing something back from the dead, not just redoing the art, but also the characters. Let's see, actually, what might be better is just doing the time lapse.
Yeah, the time lapses are cool.
I love the time lapse.
I
Adobe,
really love
we're looking
how-
at you, Adobe.
Yeah.
So I actually started doing that more goofy looking sketch. I don't know why I didn't keep this one, because I always look at my old sketches and the time lapses and I'm like, why didn't I keep that? I really liked it.
I mean, yeah.
And then
it is-
I don't know, in the moment, I guess I just wanted to redo it. So
If you ever feel that way about a drawing, like just start a new layer and just turn that one off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I still have that old drawing. So I might be another one that I revisit. It'll just be every year I'll draw them as zombies.
That turtle
So
kills me.
I sketched each of them in their
Yeah.
own layer in a different color. So I was working on turtle there.
That's really smart. I really love the variety in your line width with that brush pen that you have. That was really
Thank you.
cool.
Yeah. I like it. It's kind of more like it has like a wobbliness to it,
Yeah, it's really organic. It makes it feel like you did it traditionally.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what, I just love that being able to recreate traditional media digitally. It takes the stress out of it, but I still get the character that you would get. Yeah, because it's like it's not permanent, I can fix it if I need to.
I'm
I
sorry.
enjoy
it's-
every single one of those snake faces.
I know. It's like
Right.
he goes from like angry, like I'm gonna get you, to just dumber and dumber and dumber. Like it's just like just that section alone is like this digression of Snake. Like,
Yeah, he's just getting more and more brain dead.
It's just
I actually want to see a cat snake zombie now.
I know.
I mean, the turtle. It seemed like you nailed it from the first. Like you knew you got what you wanted the first time. But yeah, that Snake, man, that was. You could make multiple prints out of just each progression of it. It was. It's like his tongue was actually like sinister, and now it looks like drool. Like,
I might speed this up a little bit. get to the color part. Doing the bones was really hard.
Yeah, it
with
looked
the,
like
you know,
it.
the
Yeah,
tails and
those are-
everything.
Mhm.
There's a lot of bones in there.
Yeah, but I love having a little bit of that with a zombie character, you know, especially with like showing like the tibia or whatever the oh, what is it? The ulna?
Which
I don't
one?
know.
I don't know.
Bones.
Yeah.
I can tell you.
I'm wrong.
I can't tell you you're wrong because I don't know.
Is
Yeah,
it is
just
it
I
an
picked
arm
my
bone
favorite
or a
bones that
leg
were
bone?
easier to draw.
So cool.
I like how you're going over it in black again. Like you're putting
Oh yeah,
contour in there.
make a little more pop a little bit after I add the color. See where it needs a little bit more definition, you
Yeah.
know, because it kind of gets lost when it's all, you know, when it's been colored.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do the sketch and then the ink, and then I'll add color and shading, and then I'll probably go over it again with some more ink and definition, and then like a little bit of highlights.
Yeah,
So I have like
I
a
love
little
this.
dark
This
pen
is
that I use.
Kind
was
of,
that?
kind of sad. Love how diverse you are. Like your work is very diverse. Like you can really break things down. It's like, oh, I want this to look this way with heavy lines and contours and show my line work compared to something that you did like with Pokemon, where it was referring to a past episode, where things were a bit softer, painterly even. I
It
just
seems like I
love
go
that.
through phases. Like the original drawing that I based this off of, I was going through a phase where everything looked like that. It was all just like very soft looking, you know. And
Yeah.
now I'm doing a lot of these pastel kind of watercolor looking drawings like this. So
these three would make a great like children's book story. Like
Print this on a
like
white
older
shirt with
kids,
a fictitious
like, almost-
band name, and I'd wear it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do work with t-shirts. Don't give me any ideas.
I want to play a game where I'm one of these guys and I eat other people.
Yeah.
I want to be Snake like 3 snakes ago when you look like you do some damage.
You're making me want to go back and look at those now. I'm like,
They're-
I don't even
it-
remember what I did.
They were
It's
hilarious.
God, they're funny. Because the turtle you
It's
nailed
so
the first
funny.
time. Like that's good go. Look at this.
He's crazy.
Look at that. Look at he's crazy,
Don't be
wild.
ridiculous.
And then this one.
Wow, there's
Look
a
at him.
bunch.
He just look, and then you drop his jaw down, and it looked really cool. Yeah, right there. And he's just like, he's like surprise, and then and then he. You see what I mean? Like you
It's
just,
the rage virus.
it's like somebody like spiked his drink on him or something, and you just.
The progression.
It's like a real time, those grids that like, how do you feel today?
Yeah, so this was a lot of fun. I racked my brain for a long time trying to decide what to do, but I knew I probably, if I was going to revisit something old, that I would want to draw my longtime characters and, you know.
Yeah, I'd love to see this as a children's book of some kind, like the three of them.
That's what I've been trying to look at it, trying to figure out. There's plenty of grotesque horror in there, but something about it, I think it's the color palette. They're just
Yeah.
friendly.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I'm gonna need some toys.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Daryl wrote
Very,
a few minutes ago, I need to see this as a comic or a video game.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the skin
I would
on
love
the
to do
snake,
that.
like just the way the skin hangs off and just all the detail in the bone segments and stuff. That's
Thank
and
you.
even in his tail too. Like it's.
So good.
I didn't know if that was too gross or not, but I think.
Oh
it
yeah,
being
probably.
like this
No, I don't know.
bubblegum-
It could be bubble gum.
okay.
Who knows? It's pink.
Dude, do you know where you are right now?
Yeah,
Like,
I have a rule. Of
That's
what would
great.
Gary do when I just
I
spackle
like how
everything
you're
with blood? I
that
haven't
might
done that
be
in a
too
while.
gross. You're there like, this might be too gross. I'm over here like, how's that turtle standing?
He's like dry bones, but like not so dry. He's like somewhat moist bones.
Ugh.
I thought about dry bones when I was working on this. It was tempting to just make him more skeletal than the rest of them.
I like
No,
the
that's
legs.
perfect.
Yeah.
The legs are awesome.
Thank you. I love big,
This
like
is great.
overly chunky skeleton,
Yeah.
like even though they're usually very lanky and skinny, which is fun too. But when I see like a chunky skeleton that almost looks muscular, even though
Right.
it's bones,
Yeah.
I noticed that right
I love
away.
that.
Just like in his
Like-
fingers, they have
Like
the segments
Zelda
are all
skeletons.
yeah. What are those
Dope.
little cheese pretzel snacks? The cheese filled pretzel
Combos?
but yeah, they like the
Is that
like
what they are?
like chunks of
Yeah.
combos for
Those-
his fingers. Or tater tots. Sorry.
I'm hungry now, actually.
Yeah. I think
Did anybody have any questions?
I think young you should be very, very proud. That's
Yeah. I really
Yeah,
wanted to
but-
find an even older drawing that I had done of them. I'm sure I've drawn them as zombies before, but that would have involved digging through a big tote that's buried under other totes in the garage.
Did you feel like? Well, I mean, it's obvious. You know, you looked at your old stuff and then what you're doing now. Do you feel like you've grown?
Yeah. I think I've honed in on more of the style that I want to work in because I've explored a lot and I think I struggled with what I wanted to do because I wanted to do everything, like in 2014 when I was doing that more airbrushed style, I liked doing it, but I just love doing line work, doing ink. And I wasn't able to do that when I would do the illustrations that had just soft airbrush
Yeah.
digital paintings. So
Great episode, guys.
yeah.
As always, I don't know why I would ever think it'd be anything other than a great episode. Every click is the best click.
Yay!
Yeah, sorry
All
for
right,
the
well,
the
we're
frustration on the technical side, but I'm actually kind of curious how breaking it up into smaller segments. I wonder. We'll just see. We'll see the views and just add them up. I'm kind of curious. Not to say that we should do it that way every time, but
We're gonna go live on a different channel after every two artists.
yeah.
Sounds good.
The scavenger hunt for the pin click.
I'll do a little bit of research and see what's going on. I wonder if the multi-streaming's throwing it off, but
Well, you did. It didn't last year though.
no.
Oh.
But I think
Yeah,
last
but
year they still
time
gave a
has
crap about their live
changed.
streaming setup. So
Well, we're going a little long, so if you're still here, stick around for a minute. We're going to do our plug zone. We are going to tease next month, which is Halloween month, so you want to know about that.
yeah.
But let's go back around in the same order because that's what we always do. Kat, do you have anything you want to plug or talk about or tell where people can find other stuff you've been working on?
I have no idea if you can hear me or not.
Yeah,
we
no,
hear
we
you.
can. Yeah,
Hi.
you're fine.
My mic just died. No, so I am doing live stream Thursdays.
You just got real quiet.
Yeah, it did. It did
Yeah.
as soon as you started.
Okay, so my thing went down. I don't know if you can hear me now.
Yeah,
Yeah, now
Yeah.
it's better.
Quickly before it dies.
Right. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I am doing live drawing sessions at 9 o'clock Central Time on YouTube. And on Saturdays at 9 o'clock, I do a gaming session for an hour. Also, I usually play old video games, but now I'm working Saturday nights. But yes, that's all me, and I'll post a link someplace. Promise, like I said I always do. Anyways, that's me.
right on.
All right, Josh.
You can find me at, I think this might be backwards. No, it's correct.
Yeah, you're right.
Perfect.
If it can focus. Anyway, it's Josh Metter Art at Instagram, and then you can find all of my comics at cleverkaiju.com. You can purchase them in the store now. Also, I am doing a watercolor gouache class. It lasts for 3 more Saturdays, so you can sign up until October 12th. Once you do sign up, then you get all of the videos that are pre-recorded so you don't miss any information.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Also, Gary and Isaac and I are going to Memphis Con in October, so if anyone is out there, we'll see you there.
Cool.
That's awesome, man. Thank you again for all that your hard work, dude. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely. It's
It
my
is.
pleasure. Yeah.
Gary, you're up next.
Artist Gary Bedell, but I'm actually going to talk a little bit more about Clever Kaiju instead. Join us at cleverkaiju.com. Join the Discord. Join the community. Go join Josh's class. Check it out. I'm going to be doing a sketchbook tour next month. We've got another meetup, sketch brunch. I can't remember. Let's look at the calendar real quick. I don't want to tell you guys the wrong date. Sunday, October 13th. We'll let you know the location soon on that, but it's going to be a fun one. And then the day before that, the name of the event.
it's Moontacular at Moontown Sound in Springfield,
Yes.
Missouri. It's a Halloween art fest with like really interesting, kind of spooky, artsy, like spacey mood music. It's gonna be really fascinating.
Yeah. So really
I'll be there too.
Where was that?
It's in Springfield, Missouri. Here, it's on. It's at Moontown Sound.
Moontown
They
Sound.
are. It's almost like Division and Glenstone. It's
Yeah.
And what was the
Hampton,
date on that?
on Hampton. Yeah. What was that?
October 12th.
Okay.
It starts at 6 p.m.
It
Is that
does.
also
Yeah.
on your page, cleverkaiju.com?
It'll be on there. I believe it is on there. We're
Yeah,
one of the hosts for the event. So
Yeah. But yeah, if you find Moontown for sure, we are co-host. Also, Cryptic Tattoo will be. We got like 3 artists that are going to be tattooing alongside Clever Kaiju. So we're doing yet another Cryptic Kaiju kind of team up, so to speak. I don't know if like. So it'll be an awesome event. We'll have flash tattoos. We'll have Gary doing digital art demonstrations there. Isaac will be doing traditional. Like big page drawings there. There's a couple of other artists that are doing mural paintings while they're there. It's kind of a nerd hangout, but it's a Halloween party, kind of Halloween theme. So to dress up.
I do want to add one more thing. Go check me on Instagram, artist Gary Bedell. Also, I just put out a video not too long ago called the Atari Project, where I actually redid the art for Donkey Kong on Atari 2600. I show you everything: me peeling the sticker off, me doing the illustration from concept to finish, and me getting the print and the labels, which were beautifully done by TCI Graphics, and me putting on the label onto the cartridge. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out, because my next video is going to be Pac-Man.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, Cliff.
So I have absolutely nothing to plug. um, you can see some of my old work on cgamblestudio.com. That's my website. And a bunch of stuff on Instagram at Cliff_Gamble. Yeah, that's about it. This is probably the best place to find new things from me. So
Hear that? Yeah.
Coming back. Yay. All right, Jared, how about you? I know you've got some stuff to plug. Behind
Hey. So I'm sitting in front of one of the things I'm plugging. I have a whole set of, I call them my spooky prints. Last year I did some witch stickers and stuff like prints, and I loved those. But this year I went with some Universal Classic Monster vibes, playing around with that same art style that I did for today's old to new. Just kind of, get out of the way there for a second. That guy. Anyway, and then on Clever Kaiju's Discord, I posted my Kaiju Wing list, which is Inktober, but with a Kaiju twist. And it's a really fun thing if you are an avid artist, if you're a hobbyist, if you're a sketcher, if you're an inker, if you're a painter, if you're whatever. It's a really low stress situation where it's 30 days. You got a prompt every day. I made sure the prompts were like single words, very open to interpretation. and you're not obligated to interfere or get into it every single time. If you do one, drop out for a few days, come back in, we're not going to like shame you and not let you back in. But we do like to talk about it, and I mean, that's how I met Josh last year. I started doing some coloring for him, because his stuff was really fun and very energetic. So I got to play around with colors, and now I'm helping coloring one of his projects right now. I'm not saying that as like because you could get a gig, just as a like a community. And the more people who join, the better. And you don't have to be amazing. You don't have to be terrible. You post it, and we're going to tell you how good it is every single time, even if you yourself is looking at it thinking it's not, because it's not that kind of thread. The thread is just, did you do it? Did you run the gauntlet at your own pace at the best that you can do? Aside from that, about these prints again, I am doing it's kind of low key. I haven't done too much pushing on it yet, but on October 5th at another comic shop in North Springfield, I will be having these prints for sale. I'll be doing some free sketches for people who pop in over at Jeff and Rhonda's spot, another comic shop in North Springfield. And I am at 6 Foot Gnome on everything that's important, including now TikTok. So I don't know why, but I'm over there too. Yeah, that's about it right now.
Whew.
Oh,
And it is very low key on Discord because I actually I did the first #1 of one of the prompts and I was all excited and then I never did another one. So thank you for almost letting me play. I'll try.
Well, come back this year and do 2.
yeah.
Maybe. All right, Eric. What's new with you?
All right. Hey guys, Eat Danger Right on Facebook and Instagram. Doing this rad, uncool entertainment thing with all sorts of t-shirts and rad stuff like that. You can find my comic Truck Stop Hipsters at the Clever Kaiju store now, which is pretty rad.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's about all I've got for you.
Awesome, man.
Cassie, how about you?
Well, you can find me online under the name Dendril. I don't know if you guys can scan the QR code or not.
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know.
I don't know if they actually remember. Yeah.
Yeah, dendrilart.com. Or you can look me up on Linktree under Dendril, and that has all of my links. I'm mostly on Blue Sky now under the name Dendril. And I just recently am working on some shirts. They're like Halloween-y retro Mothman that I'll have coming up probably at the end of October, but I'm doing Lebanon Art Walk on the 4th.
Nice.
And I will be at, I forgot the name of the place actually. I'll put it in the Discord. I'll be at a new comic shop in Lebanon. And then near the end of October, I'm going to be doing Moth Market at, what was it called? Metro Eats on the Saturday the 26th, and it's from 11 to 6 p.m. And it's kind of like a curio artists, creepy kind of Halloween-y stuff. So like taxidermy, tarot, weird art, Halloween-y art, that kind of stuff.
That's
Close
cool.
to Halloween, so it's perfect timing. I think that's it.
He's wearing a shirt.
So yeah, if you want to see, I posted a picture of the shirts that I'm going to be getting on my Blue Sky.
Blue Sky? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it though.
Nice. Nate, did you want to plug anything tonight?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, Clever Kaiju stuff. We have, you can find us on Discord. The website has been a huge tool lately. So huge props to everybody who's been involved. Isaac has been working very hard building the website to basically go completely independent. Like we have a publishing setup, we have like a storefront for our members that you actually sign in and register on the site now, and you have your own storefront that's unique to you. We have a lot of us in the community are starting to upload their stuff, which is thank you. That's incredible. We're our own Kickstarter. We're our own schoolism platform that was just kind of started, our education platform. We couldn't do all this without everyone's hard work and involvement. And it's cool because we're starting to actually like make money doing this stuff, which means we get to pay the people who do all the hard work that we, even if it's just a little bit, we've definitely grown in the past year, which was the goal for the last year. And so huge thank you to all of you and to Isaac for laying the foundation in. We're our own Kickstarter, we're our own Patreon, we're our own little publishing team, our own online education platform. It's crazy, like how much a year ago, like how much things have changed. So I don't know. I'm just really proud of that. But I am known as Mammoth Press in the Discord, or just Mammoth. Everybody calls me just Mammoth. And then yeah, and
That's
then
not
there's
what I call you.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Actually, you started it. Nobody knows my name at conventions because you kept calling me Mammoth. So don't lie to me. And then, I'm also Mammoth Inc. at Cryptic Tattoo and Social Gallery here in Springfield. I co-own a tattoo shop, and it's awesome because we do we do a podcast series called Artistry Unearthed. That whole space we've done a lot with Clever Kaiju. A lot of the values and the efforts of Kaiju I've been able to try and translate and bring into the tattoo industry, and it's catching wind, and it's been really cool. So that's usually where most people find me. There's cheaper and easier ways to hang out with me, in less painful ways, but that's a my fault thing. So, but if you want a tattoo, you want to hang out, you're always welcome, regardless. So,
I mean, I want a tattoo.
yeah. How'd your Calvin and Hobbes heel? Is it still there?
It still looks great.
Oh shit! It's upside down. Good. His arm didn't fall off. That was goal number one.
Sweet. Well, I am currently heading up the artist track for Tremendicon, which is coming back to Springfield, Missouri, May 30th through June 1st. So, if you have any suggestions for the artists you would like, I have no problem finding illustration artists. I know where a big chunk of those are, but I would like to branch out, to other art forms because this is a teaching con, kind of. You go to buy stuff and nerd out. You go to learn stuff if you want to. So if you have any ideas, Deanna at Tremendicon.com. Email me suggestions, or if you do something cool and you're like, hey, I do this, I would love to talk to you about it. If you can't think of that, go to Tremendicon.com and just email the main one. They'll get it to me. Tell the guys in the Discord. They'll figure out how to get it to me. But yeah, the more input we get for the artist track, the more stuff you're going to see that you really want to see. So help me out. And if you know anything about cosplay, I just really need a cosplay director. I don't know if anybody will see this before I get one, but throwing that out everywhere.
Might be able to help. All right.
Okay. Other than that, I still got games on playcogames.com. We are not actively pushing those, but we definitely have them for sale, and they're super fun.
Yeah.
Enough about that. We're going to start possibly, if you see a prompt we're doing coming up and you want to join in, do they submit it to the Discord?
They can, or they can send it to contact@cleverkaiju.com email. And
if you guys want to play along, we're gonna in some of those breaks we've been we talked about taking mid-show.
Yeah.
We might feature some of that art. So join us.
Give shout outs because there's been a few episodes where people, were like, hey, I did like the D&D episode. There's a handful of cool, like, hey, I saw the episode and I wanted to do some of my own. So we should do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so get on that Discord. That's where all the fun stuff is happening.
And the whole season schedule is out. Like every episode that we're doing is out. So if you see one that's towards the end and you want to do that one.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Speaking of, I looked it up. We are normally the last Thursday of the month unless there's a holiday. The last Thursday of the month in October is Halloween. So we all love Halloween. We're going to do Pink Clique the week before. So it's going to be October 24th at 8 p.m. And they are going to be drawing Concepting Evil. Did I say that right? Concepting.
Conceptualizations of evil.
I looked
Yeah.
at it and I'm like, you're not going to pronounce that right. They're
Yeah.
going to do evil stuff.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, and right now signed up, I've got Gary Fidel, Josh Metter, Blackie Shepherd, who hasn't been back for a
Woo!
while, a couple seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
season 1.
Yeah, season
Yeah.
1.
Oh, really?
He was
Wow.
he did Dr. Bong. It was episode 1, season 1.
Never saw him again.
Yeah, and then we never saw him again.
He's back next
Dun,
month.
dun, dun.
That's so cool.
Cassie Parker, Eric E. Danger Wright, Kevin M. Russell, Jared George, Cliff Gamble, and Adam McLaughlin.
No way, he's coming out of hiding too?
Oh man, dude, we're getting
Good
them all
show.
coming out of hiding.
Yeah, I know.
And I've said it out loud on the show, so nobody's backing out.
Bring them out, bring them out.
Yeah.
So yeah, come back for Concepting Evil. I can't
Yeah.
say that one. The Concept of Evil, Concepting Evil.
Yeah.
Come back for that next spooky month, and I guess that's finally it for tonight.
We promise we will not break the show into 9 parts.
Yes.
I don't know.
Nothing for the
If
evil.
Well, I mean, we can't
it's
really
easier to
talk.
digest, I suppose. We just have
And
so much
45
content.
5-minute sessions.
The algorithm might love us. Who knows?
The whole next episode is going to be shorts that you have to watch back to back.
And they're all out of
Well,
order.
We're gonna pre-record them and release them out of order. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for sticking it out with us tonight. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and we hope to see you again next month.
Love you guys. See you, Internet Land.